Quando Rondo reacts to Lul Pab passing away. Quando Rondo and his entourage were on a vacation trip in Los Angeles. Everything was going fine until a car pulled up on his crew at a random stoplight and started firing at them. It's clear that the suspects were after Quando Rondo but missed and got his lifelong friend Lul Pab instead. Lul Pab was wounded in the head and lost his life at the crime scene. This was the hardest moment that Quando Rondo has ever faced, and it has him shook. Quando Rondo took to his IG Live to reveal how he feels about this whole situation, and his reaction has a lot of people shook. Quando Rondo has been involved in a lot of street activity throughout his life and has had to deal with a lot of losses, but none of them were as close as Lul Pab was to him. Quando and Lul Pab have been friends since a very young age and basically grew up together. Losing Lul Pab is like losing a brother, and Quando Rondo is obviously devastated about this whole situation. Leaked footage from the incident shows Quando Rondo crying and shouting Lul Pab's name, trying to get him to wake up, but Lul Pab was most likely already gone. This is the last thing that Quando Rondo expected to happen, especially while being out in sunny California on a nice day. A vacation turned into a nightmare, and Quando Rondo has a lot to say about the situation and who he thinks did it. According to law enforcement, nobody has been caught yet, but they're in the middle of a deep investigation. This situation took place in the middle of a busy road, which means multiple people had to have seen it and heard everything that happened. This is very hard for Quando Rondo to talk about, but he gets pretty deep into details on his most recent IG Live. It's interesting once you hear things from Quando's perspective. Today we'll be looking at Quando Rondo's reaction to Lul Pab passing away and talking more about the case. Be sure to stick around and watch this video until the end as we get into things one detail at a time. Trust me when I say you won't want to miss a thing. Thanks for stopping by and visiting us at Line Report. We post daily celebrity videos and updates that you really should know about if you're a fan. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell to be updated every time we post. Don't forget to leave a like. To make things a little more interesting, we're having a brand new iPhone giveaway. All you gotta do is comment keyword Quando Rondo to enter a chance at winning. One lucky viewer is picked at the end of each month. Now, let's jump into this video and take a closer look at Quando Rondo's reaction to his close friend Lul Pab passing away. Quando Rondo's reaction to Lul Pab is devastating to watch. I've always imagined Quando Rondo being a tough young rapper, and I must admit, it's sad to see him broken like this. Quando Rondo is literally shook. He was so close to losing his own life, and on top of that, he lost his longtime friend Lul Pab. Lul Pab and Quando Rondo go way back and met each other in their early days of high school. Pab and Quando's relationship was something special. They basically did everything together, and this was their first time traveling to California together. Quando and his crew rented a Cadillac Escalade for the trip. Usually, Quando was seated in the back seat of the car, and for some reason, Quando was sitting in the front during the incident. The suspects aimed specifically at the back seats of the Escalade, and it just so happened that that's where Lul Pab was seated. Lul Pab was wounded in the head and lost his life within seconds. The suspects didn't spend much time at the scene. According to witnesses, after all this happened, within seconds they were gone. Law enforcement arrived to the scene immediately, but still had no luck tracking down the suspects. Quando and his crew were in shock and were dealing with the devastating loss of their friend Lul Pab. It was a sad moment for Quando Rondo's crew, and if you've seen the footage of Quando Rondo crying and shouting at the crime scene, then you'd know how affected he was by this sad moment. I've never seen Quando Rondo break down like that, and it's crazy to see when things like this actually happen. Quando Rondo and his crew left LA soon after the incident and have been back home dealing with the loss of their friend. To some extent, Quando Rondo feels guilty, and it's a hard place to be in. It's safe to say that Quando Rondo will be a lot more cautious with his life, considering he's seen how fast it can be taken with his own eyes. Things like this have been happening in the rap game way too often, and it's sad to see. Once things like this happen, people start wanting revenge, and it's just a never-ending cycle. The rap game is at an all-time low with all this violence going on, and great rappers losing their lives and getting locked up. Let's just hope that Quando Rondo stays away from the street activities and doesn't decide to take care of things himself. I guess we'll just have to wait and see how things play out. For more content like this, be sure to subscribe to our channel. We post daily celebrity updates and news that you really should know about if you're a fan. Don't forget to leave a like and comment keyword Quando Rondo to enter a chance at winning our brand new iPhone giveaway.